Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if it is your first time here, then hi, I'm Shelby. It's very nice to make your acquaintance, and if you're already subscribed to my channel, then welcome back. It's good to have you back. Yes, today I am going to be testing out the KKW Powder Contour Kit. So if you would like to see my review on the KKW Beauty Powder Contour Kit, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So as you can tell, I've already done my face makeup, my foundation, all that good stuff. I set it with a little bit of powder. I have my brows on. I do not have my eye makeup on because I thought that I could also use this little powder contour kit for my eyes. We will see how that goes. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I want to do that or not. This little guy came in just a very basic box. I feel like nobody ever shows the boxes. Like when you get a Kylie Cosmetics, like a lip kit or anything like that, it comes in like a black box and it says Kylie on the outside and everybody knows what is inside there. But for KKW, it literally has no indication that that is what that is. But I will say when you open it up, the color, like, okay, so this is the cardboard box and it's actually colored in the inside to match this little guy right here. So that's pretty cool. It has this nice little, I don't know, we're saving this for when we move, so it's nice. And then it says, I believe it says KK Beauty in the bottom, but they folded it to where you can only see like a tiny bit, like beauty. So I don't really know what went wrong there, but that's what it is. It comes with this guy inside, and it comes with your KK Beauty receipt, order number, whatever. I don't really need that because you can't make returns. So I got my kit in the shade Light. They only have 3 shades. They have Light, Medium, and then Dark, Deep Dark. So obviously I was not going to go for the medium one. I've been seeing a lot of people who are lighter complexion like me also going for the medium kit, but that one to me looks a bit warmer. So obviously I stuck with the light kit. On the front of this pack it says KKW Beauty, and on the back it has this little sticker that has all your ingredients, all that good stuff. It says it's good for 12 months. There's nothing you have to tear off at the top. You can literally just like open it up. And inside we have this guy. So it comes in an entire pack like this. We have our brush at the top, which is definitely bigger than the one we got in our cream contour. Let me find that one actually for reference. But this brush is definitely larger than the one we got in the cream contour. I believe the plastic part is about the same, but this is a lot shorter, as you can tell right there. Yeah, so I'm excited about this little brush. This little brush, I didn't really care for this end. I just, like, it did nothing. It kind of removed foundation, if anything. I didn't really like it. This I actually like to use to blend out cream contour. I don't really have any brushes that are good for blending out cream contour, so I actually like this, and it's really soft. And also she said that these little pieces are interchangeable, so if I wanted to put this tiny guy and replace, you know, either side of this, then I can do that. Okay, I turned my lighting down a little bit, so hopefully I don't look too blown out and you can see this. So I'm just going to cut into this. It's vacuum sealed, and we have our nice little brush. This is what it looks like. So on one side we have kind of like the angled brush. Ooh, this is really soft. And on the other side we have like a little domed brush. I believe that she was using this to contour and this side to do highlighting, but like this is huge for highlighting, and I know people keep saying that, but seriously, this is like bigger than my blush brush. Like, this is a little aggressive, but we will see. It comes in a little box like this. It feels really nice, actually. It isn't like a slick finish. It's almost like a matte little cardboard. It's not even cardboard. I don't know what you would call this, but it feels really good. And on the back, I can't even hardly read this, is all of the ingredients and all the stuff that was on the back of this little baggie right here. Okay, so I have zoomed you guys in a bit closer. So this is our little guy. We have it stamped on, oh, I'm like, am I looking at the same thing? So I just took this out of the sleeve. It's a little carton, and inside is the palette. So we have the KKW Beauty logo stamped on the front, and then we have your highlight 1, highlight 2, contour 1, contour 2. It tells you what everything is. I kind of wish she names them. Just, I don't know. I like when powders are named. I think it's kind of cute when people pick out their names, and I don't know, she could, I don't know, make it a little bit more personal. We have, oh my gosh, look how big this mirror is. This mirror is actually really, really nice. Like, it's not a crappy mirror. And we have a little plastic sheet over top, so I'm just gonna take that off. On top, we have this nice little plastic piece. I always like when they have plastic pieces. I recently reviewed the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, and it did not come with one of these. And it's not a big deal to me if it doesn't. It's just always nice to place them in here. It just feels like the powder is not getting all on the mirror. I don't know, it's just nice to kind of have this. And I know Laura Lee has been doing her palette, and she's been saying that these guys are pretty expensive, so I always appreciate the extra mile of this little guy. Oh my gosh, these pan sizes are huge. You really can't tell on camera like how big these are, but look at them like compared to my face. Compared to the Kat Von D contour palette, these are significantly larger, and it has a nice weighty, heavy feeling to it. So I'm really appreciative that she did not skimp on the packaging like in her last launch with the stick contours. I just felt like the quality of the packaging was just like the cap started breaking on me, so this is very nice, a step up. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to do one side using her tools, and then either I may use her tools on the second side, or I may switch to my own tools just to kind of see. I want to give this palette a fair chance, and I don't want, you know, this brush to like ruin my expectations of this palette, if you know what I mean. So first I'm going to go in with the, I believe this is the contour 1 shade. I don't really know how this is set up. I think this is the contour 1 shade. It's kind of the more bronzy color, and it really doesn't look that orange in person. A lot of people were saying it looked really warm. To me, this reminds me of the It Cosmetics CC Plus Ombre bronzer, and at first when I put that on my face, I hated it. I thought it was way too warm, but the more I started wearing it, the more I liked the look of it, especially with a cooler tone contour. I just think it kind of balances it out. I don't know, that's just me. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and dip in to that, and I can't really tell how much product it's picking up just because I feel like it almost blends in with the color of the brush. I don't know if that's just me. I guess you guys can probably see it, but with these lights and everything, I can't really tell. So I'm just going to go, and I'm just gonna bronze. Here we go. Okay. I actually do not mind this brush at all. I feel like, can you guys tell? I feel like it's not so overly pigmented that I'm like afraid. Is that just me? I don't think this is that warm at all. I feel like people are being really hard on it. I guess people just don't use warmer bronzers. I don't feel like I use that warmer bronzers, but I'm actually kind of surprised. And I have pretty pale skin. I am on day, let's see, I self-tanned on Sunday and it's now Thursday, so it's fading, but I don't mind this at all. So that is what we have so far. I can tell a little bit in the little viewfinder, but I think it looks pretty good, you guys. I think it looks pretty good, you guys, and I'm not mad about this little brush. I'm actually pretty surprised, but I am going to go in with my tools on the other side of my face just to, you know, give it a fair chance. I know this looks crazy, but you really can contour if you just put it on the side. You can really, I just love this brush. I think it works really great. I saw Marissa Lace using this brush to bronze, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna bronze my face, but it looked really good. So that is what we have so far, and I have noticed that when I use my tools, I can control where the powder is, and so it's not overwhelming. I feel like this side definitely has more on my face than this side, but I like this. Next, I'm going to go in with the cooler tone shade. I'm going to, again, use this brush as recommended. I'm just going to kind of place it on the outer portion of my brush, if you can see that, just so I can kind of chisel out a bit. And I'm going to use the shade to just contour. So I'm just going to place this in the hollow of my cheeks, and I'm not going to blend it everywhere like we did that bronzer shade. Which side did I put it on? Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this shade's pigmented. Ooh, I like this shade. You can tell definitely how warm the first bronzer is when compared to the contour shade. I don't know, but I don't mind that at all. And on the other side, I've really been liking using this Billy B contour brush. This is number 4. And I'm just going to go in with that shade, and I'm going to contour this side. This brush isn't as harsh as the Kim K one because the bristles aren't as densely packed, so I feel like I can control my contour a bit more whenever I use this brush. So I definitely think I like using my contour brush. I feel like it just placed it almost in a streak, and I just kind of want to like blend that contour out a bit so it's not as harsh of a line, but I definitely don't mind this brush at all. So I actually don't mind this so far. So next I'm going to go in with the number 1 highlighter. I'm going to take number 1 highlighter, put it on this side, number 2 highlighter, put it on this side, and I am going to use this brush on this side again just to give it a chance. But I'm only going to tap this in sort of on one side, because if I coat, oh, there is, I don't know if you guys can tell that, but there's like powder coming off. But I'm not having any issues with any fallout or anything for that matter. So this is the more goldy champagne-y tone one, and I'm just going to go in and apply. Ooh, this is pretty. This is the kind of highlighters that I'm into right now. It's not like the Ofra highlighters where they're like so in your face. I love those highlighters, but not always for every day. I think you could, I feel like this is just like really pretty. It reminds me of in the Naked Shapeshifter contouring palette, they have a highlighter, and it's the powder highlighter. This shade really reminds me of that, where it has a lot of sheen and it's definitely a highlighter, but it's not like super aggressive. I feel like I have more highlighters like MAC's Soft and Gentle, Ofra highlighters. Those are really intense highlighters, and this is intense, but I would kind of compare it to the Pretty Vulgar highlighter where it's not so in your face. It's a nice in-between. So I'm actually really liking this one. It's really pretty. And for the other side, I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their highlighting brush. And I'm going to dip into the pinkier, I almost called it a blush. The pinkier highlight. This is kind of, it's almost like a peachy highlight. And I'm just going to apply. Okay, so that is the peachy highlight, and again, this side is the more champagne-y highlight. Personally, there's not that big of a difference. I feel like this one would be good for every day. This one is a little bit more different. I don't have a highlighter that has kind of that peachy undertone. It's really pretty and it contrasts really nicely. I think this would be a pretty blush topper as well. But this one I feel like will go with more skin tones personally. So now I'm going to be using this to do an eyeshadow look. Just a very basic eyeshadow look. So I've already primed my lids, and now I'm just going to go in with a little fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the first contour shade, the bronzing shade, and I'm going to put this in my crease. I normally always do some brown or warmer shade through the crease. Okay, so that is what we have so far. It's just a very nice, honestly, I would say that this is a pretty good transition basic shade. So next I'm going to go in with the second highlighter shade, this more peachy one. And I'm going to simply, ooh, there's a lot of kick up with that one. But there's not any fallout. There's just my brush picks up a lot. And I'm just going to, oh, this is so pretty on the lids. I really like that. Next I'm going to use the same fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the more cool tone, and I'm actually going to kind of place this on the outer portion of my eye and just buff it a teeny tiny bit through the crease. Just a tiny bit, but we're mainly focusing this on sort of the outside of my eye. So next I'm going to go in with the same brush that we used before. I'm going to go in with the number one highlight. I'm going to place that more in the inner tear duct area. Ooh, this shade is really pretty. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Casey Holmes, her really yellow shadow highlighting shade. So now I'm going to put on some mascara and some lip products, and I will be back with my final thoughts. Okay, so I just put on some mascara and I put on this red lip. I use the Tristique little matte color and shiny balm lip crayon in Tuscan Wine. I got this in my FabFitFun box, and I'm actually really liking it. I tried it without the balm, and it's definitely more matte than I had originally said, but I think it's kind of cool. I think especially when you do sort of like a minimal eye, minimal skin type thing, that it's kind of fun to pair a bold lip with sort of, you know, a toned down eye. I have no liner on or anything like that. But anyway, so as far as the contour and highlight, I actually really like this. I definitely will have to try it out a few more times and just kind of get a feel, and I can update you guys on how I'm still liking it. But honestly, I really like it. I don't think that it's too warm at all. I know that Nikki Tutorials was talking about how warm it was, but I remember watching that video and thinking, yes, it is more warm than you normally do, but I felt like it just made her look like she had been out in the sun and like was really bronzed, and like with the eye look she did, I just thought it was really pretty. I haven't really seen anything where I'm like, whoa, that's really orange. I have seen a few reviews where it kind of comes off that way on camera, but I feel like in person, I'm actually really liking it, and it's nothing out of the ordinary for me to rock sort of a warmer bronzer. So that is going to be it for the video today. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave down in the comments if you yourself have tried out the KK Beauty powder contour, and if you like it or if you don't, You know, do you not like her? Do you like the Kardashians? I personally like the Kardashians. I know a lot of people could potentially come at me for that. I don't necessarily like their lifestyle or the way they do things when it comes to business. However, I don't mind them. I think they're fun and entertaining to watch. And I just think sometimes it's kind of good to have that sort of TV to escape and put yourself in someone else's life where like they're really first world problems. Like, and if you haven't already, be sure and hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss out on videos that I post. If you would like to see anything in particular from me to do a video on, please leave that down in the comments. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!